Now, I absolutely would have loved to do an 80s list this year, but that was kind of ruined by Post Malone returning to shamelessly appropriate Motley Crue, and it seems like next year won't be an 80s list either. Because Post Malone's releasing his 4th album this year, and we still don't know what the details are for that. We don't know if he's gonna just stay in his lane, or if he's gonna go clout chasing again in the rock or metal community, or has a feature from an older band or whatever. And aside from that, we have a war to fight against the pop music industry, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 10 worst songs of 2018. Now, while my mind is made up on 2018 being this year's Tales from the Past worst of list, I truly do hate to leave the 1980s alone. Because before I got fired from Walmart, in the 7 months I was working there were times where a cover of Whitney Houston's I Wanna Dance With Somebody would come on, and like an hour later the original song would come on. I'm not shitting you, that's actually a true story. Yeah, forget variety, these are the only artists that exist. Justin Bieber, Whitney Houston, Tone Janai, not that I have a problem with her, but Flo Rida, One Direction, The Human League, Big Country, Tom Petty, who has some good songs, don't get me wrong, but Ed Sheeran, Pharrell Williams, Taylor Swift, no room for hard rock. I only heard maybe 2 hard rock songs my whole time I was there, and they were towards the end. They were Back in Black by AC/DC and I believe Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. The efforts that the legends of hard rock and metal go through, even being a massive component of the popular music of the 80s and 90s, and this is how they're treated by corporate America. But it's also another way big corporations mistreat their employees, I believe. Because let's be honest, there are more pop haters than what the music industry and corporate America has led you to believe. The music industry and corporate America pretends that there are 0 people who would not only like to listen to metal, but also would rather listen to something apart from the same fucking Whitney Houston, Justin Bieber songs all the fucking time. But no, that kind of music is why you see so many people just trying to listen to whatever they have on their Spotify or iTunes while they do their work. Because the music on the store radio is fucking garbage, and any boss or any business that forbids or stops employees from listening to music on their headphones is an oppressor, no joke. Of course, listening to your own music might not carry the death penalty, but that's besides the point. It's a matter of personal freedom. But ladies and gentlemen, today we're focused on 2018 in particular here, so let's get started. Let's see if I can actually add the fucking music clips this time, or see if Movie Maker won't cut them out in the saving process. Number 10 is Let You Be Right by Meghan Trainor. Yep, the queen of feminism starts us off with this dumpster fire. I find it odd that someone as feminist and as anti-male as Meghan Trainor would make a song with the core setting of being in a relationship. But this relationship she's in is fraught with arguments. I'll never understand what makes arguing and fighting a healthy thing for any relationship. Disagreeing on something, sure, that's normal. But in my group of best friends, there are things we disagree on, but it's never led to fights. I don't understand why people think it's normal for a romantic couple, of all things, to fight things out. So already this song is promoting negative attitudes towards the one you say you love. First of all, if the person you're with is too stubborn to admit they're wrong on something or they fucked up and keep blaming you, because I refuse to believe couples just break out and start yelling at each other, then just get out of that relationship because it's gonna go south anyway. If you guys are constantly fighting every night and you've reached a point where you're just gonna let him be right, then the relationship is going to end soon. There's no telling how soon, but it's clear the relationship you're in isn't built to last. Jesus fucking Christ. This happens every time I discuss a Meghan Trainor song. I always end up talking like I'm an advice columnist. Meghan, from now on, how about instead of writing music, how about you just seek advice? Or if she does this for those lost souls out there, then fans of Meghan Trainor, anytime you start to feel like her song speaks to you, seek advice, please, instead of just wallowing in your existential dread. I feel like Meghan Trainor shouldn't be named Meghan Tumblr, but Miss First World Problems. Not only is she terrible at handling a relationship, and not only is she completely lost in life and seemingly just writes music to cope, but do you realize how self-destructive that mindset is? I'm tired of fighting, I'm just gonna let you be right. It's almost like she's telling people who are struggling in their fight against depression to just deal with it. She's promoting a submissive mindset, though one could say that that's her way of basically tenderizing the fat acceptance crowd. They're finally seen as a sexual symbol in their own eyes, and the eyes of people who are attracted to overweight people, which I don't see why they are. Now she's saying that fat people should be submissive? Oh, fuck. Guys, it's mind control, snap out of it, please! And what if he doesn't? Do you plan to fight with him anyway? I mean, that's pretty obvious, seeing as how All About That Bass was riddled with double negatives. Alright, moving on. Number 9 is Meant to Be by Baby Rexha featuring Florida Georgia Line. Fuck, man, I had to check twice just to make sure that this wasn't Florida Georgia Line featuring Baby Rexha. Hey, yeah, anyone remember Baby Rexha? Didn't think so. But Baby Rexha only has the second verse to herself. The rest of the song is either Florida Georgia or Florida Georgia and Baby Rexha at the same time. Not just that, but Baby Rexha is labeled as a pop musician, and yet this seems pretty heavy on the country side. Let's be honest, this really should have just been Florida Georgia featuring Baby Rexha. I just laugh at this crap. This is why I can't stand country, because goddamn is it tropey. Yeah, she's got her feet up on my dash, but I guess that's what country is. It's like Viking metal, but not metal, and for the American South. Also, is it me, or does this sound almost just like Jake Owen's Down to the Honky Tonk? Just remove Baby Rexha, and I guarantee you the country twang would completely take over. Because fuck personality. Baby Rexha could be the biggest Karen ever, but evidently Florida Georgia is more focused on her looks. Moving on, number 8 is Him and I by G-Eazy featuring Halsey.
Cross my heart, hope to die to my lover.
So this is a G-Eazy song titled Him and I. I mean, I guess it is Halsey singing the chorus, but for a moment, can I just nitpick at the names of these artists? G-Eazy, because fuck the letter S. And Halsey, what the hell kind of name is that? Oh yeah, who here remembers Halsey? The indie pop singer that got mad because she was labeled as a pop musician when she wanted to be labeled as an alternative artist. Yeah, okay, Blue Miley.
Is that fucking blue?
Now, this song was released at the end of November 2017, but I think a month in advance is excusable, especially seeing as how it was number 17 on Billboard on the week of January 13th, 2018. Okay, when were G-Eazy and Halsey in a gang and robbing banks and murdering people? They were in a relationship for like a year. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow fucking died together. But do continue hyping yourselves up. Oh god, see, I knew better than to listen to a pop song by a hip-hop artist and not expect something like this to be in the lyrics. Are you sure you guys have that love? Or by crazy kind do you mean just a fling? Because that's what the relationship between you and G-Eazy kind of seems like. A fling that doesn't expand beyond unprotected sex. Also, Halsey, could you please, like I know it's the auto-tune settings you like to use, but could you please take G's cock out of your mouth when you sing? I'm sorry, but I can't talk about this song and not point that out. Yes, and here's where we get to this song being corporate trash made to appeal to the younger crowd. And really, that's all it is. It's a pop song by a hip-hop artist featuring his pop singer fuck buddy with various mentions of criminals, hip-hop tropes, sprinkled with some lingo to appeal to the kiddies. No need to stay on this any longer. Number 7 is Down to the Honky Tonk by Jake Owen. God damn it, do I really need to tell you why I hate this song? Like, can't I just recycle what I said about Meant to Be? But no, let's look at the lyrics and see what I can dig up. I mean, we already got Jake acting like he won't go down in history as the greatest person that ever fucking lived, but he can just go down to the bar. I guess honky tonk is what Southerners call the bar. But he talks like this despite having 2 gold albums. I mean, if you've ever hit gold on any album, chances are you have enough money for a mansion, or at least a nice house. One that isn't an old junker out in the country with no internet, phone reception, or air conditioning. And you're driving an old pickup truck from the 80s. This is probably country's equivalent of Glenn Danzig talking about how punk would never happen today because of cancel culture, even though punk rock has never been woke friendly. And I say that Jake Owen and any other successful country artist, be them mildly successful or completely over, are the Glenn Danzig of country because, well, they're successful. They talk about having the rough country life while driving around in their 2018 lifted Ford F-150. Motherfuckers might as well be driving around in an APC. I tell you, the other day, I was pulling out of the parking lot at the grocery store, and to my right, I saw one of those big-ass fucking trucks coming my way. And that gave me fucking flashbacks of when I almost got rammed by a fucking freight train. Because they have gas cars all over the railroad crossing, and you have a clearance of maybe 5 feet to look in any direction. That's the kind of shit that these country musicians drive, are honorary freight trains. Jake Owen probably lives in a fucking mansion too. And he isn't even in the country. Fucker lives in Vero Beach, Florida. That's the coast. So country fans, maybe instead of getting upset when a country country artist Jake Owen, for example, promotes gay rights, maybe support an up-and-coming country artist instead. Because that's what happens when really any musician becomes famous like that. They start pandering to whatever it is, gay people, whatever. I mean, you guys are the ones claiming to be anti-establishment in this day and age, and that you're against the elite. Here's your chance. From an anti-establishment leftist to the quote-unquote anti-establishment, support smaller artists that preach this stuff in their music and are actually living that rough country life. Sure, it might seem that the country music industry is taking one from the pop music industry's playbook and hiring actors for the next big-name single, but at least you'll be encouraging genuinity. Much in the same way that punk fans should, among themselves, cancel Glenn Danzig for bitching that cancel culture would prevent punk from even happening today. Because let's face it, punk music, when true to its core, is pre-cancel. And you know something? Punk subculture could even exploit that as a weakness of cancel culture if it wanted to, by doing to the social fabric of today's world what trolls and meme lords do to Bill Jensen every time he goes live. Number 6 is Booed Up by LMI. Whatever in the Christ Booed Up is supposed to be. It kind of just sounds like they took the lingo term boo, as in significant other, and turned it into a verb. I mean, that's honestly what I thought it was when I first saw the song title, and I have never heard the song in full to be able to dismiss that claim. But let's check it out now. There you have it. Another song thought up by a record label to incorporate the lingo so as to appeal to the younger generation of music fans. Not much else can be said about this song. It's a song made to spread the use of a slang word. It's low-hanging fruit for this list, but we'll call this 2018's entry in the blatant attempt to cash in on a slang word category. Number 5 is Cream by Iggy Azalea, featuring Tyga.
First you get the money.
Another laughably terrible effort by Iggy Azalea to reclaim the success of Fancy. If there's one thing I can commend Generation Z and the rest of the pop community for, it's casting away Iggy Azalea when they did. It almost surprises me that with the way pop music is going, that she isn't among the top stars right now. So I guess if top 40 fans have a sliver of sense in those empty heads of theirs, it was used giving up on Iggy Azalea. My sources tell me that Iggy Azalea is going on hiatus this year after her sad attempt last year to emulate Cardi B, which really she should just stay gone. But I think the catalyst for her downfall was the try-hard effort that was Mo Bounce, which was a song about her ass and twerking. But in 2018, she unleashed a whole new beast of cheese, continuing with the theme of asses in her music. Christ, you would think she gets off on scat with the kind of lyrics in her music. But the song title Cream, which I wonder where they got the cream from, but featuring Tyga, who is just annoying as fuck throughout the entire fucking song. Like Tyga is just interjecting, calling Iggy a bitch. Never mind the message that this song gives off. Yeah, this is a song glorifying prostitution by a woman. That's how fucked our society is. So any Australian women that want to move to America, just remember Iggy. Because the wrath of unbridled American capitalism will force you into selling your body for rent money. Don't do it. Stay away. Stop, just fucking stop, Iggy Azalea. You already have enough nerve using Wu-Tang Clan samples. Keep the fucking Sex Pistols out of this travesty. Number 4 is Fifi by 6699, featuring Nicki Minaj and Murder Beats.
It's fucking Treyway, King New York.
So this was actually the song representing 2018 in the worst songs of the 2010s list, landing at number 2 and rightfully so. But truth be told, there are at least 3 songs from 2018 that managed to be even worse than this one. What can I say about 6699 other than the fucker got away with child rape, and even after snitching, the hip-hop community, or at least a good chunk of the hip-hop community, still respects him. That should show the kind of people that listen to trap music and the state that the trap community and hip-hop community is in. Call it blind loyalty or just being a bunch of fucked up motherfuckers. I'd say cancel culture would eat 6699 alive if his case were going down today, but they let mostly white Doja Cat saying the N-word slide. The only reason I even bother to talk about Fifi here is to give my perspective on the song 3 years after I nominated it for second worst song of the decade when my video and audio quality sucked, and really just because I cringe at my 19-year-old self. And maybe when I'm 25, I'll come back to this video and cringe at myself then. But anyways, my sources tell me that Fifi is a slang term for prison-made fleshlight, which 6699 lucked out on having to use to get off. You know me, I don't know why people listen to this garbage. I mean, at least in 2022, we've kind of moved on from this SoundCloud trap horse shit. Sure, you have grody trap music, but at least now it's a little more professionally made than mumbling over a tight beat and releasing it through SoundCloud. Which me calling trap music professional in any way is the most generous I'll ever be towards the genre. And here's 6699 saying the N-word on a track with a black guest appearance. I guess it's okay to be white and say the N-word as long as you've got $1 million fucking dollars. That's the N-word pass, I guess, is a big ass fucking bank account. It makes no sense to me, but whatever. The black community will tolerate white celebrities saying it, but not white politicians. Sounds like a bunch of fucking hypocrisy, but... Okay, I see her. So because the guy's fucking half Puerto Rican, that gives him the excuse? Fuck off. No, it doesn't. I'm part Native American, but I guarantee you if I stopped caring and started dropping N-bombs left, right, center, and behind, I'd get fucking outed as a redneck, as a racist, and not forgiven as an honorary black. What the fuck, man? Jesus fucking Christ. I thought Nicki Minaj looking for the best ass eater in the Big Sean song Ass was fucking disgusting. Now she's talking about catching an STD after a night in bed with 6699. Get the fuck out of here. Goddamn nasty ass motherfuckers. You see now why I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. Number 3 is Eskeet It by Lil Pump. Am I copying Buckley here? He and I rank Fifi immediately lower on the list than Eskeet It, but I guess what makes mine different is I don't think Eskeet It was the next worst song. Don't get me wrong though, Eskeet It fucking sucked. Lil Pump might even be more annoying on here than he was on Gucci Gang, which, by the way, another thing I commend Gen Z for is eventually turning him into a laughingstock. Lil Pump is another artist who I don't know why or how people take him seriously as a musician. There's no fucking art to appreciate here. He's just a high schooler that saw nothing but a source of money and fame in trap music. You couldn't get cheesier than Lil Pump if you tried. Scared it. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Even while only the dumbest of fucks listened to Lil Pump, I still couldn't help but have the urge in school to grab these fucknuts by the arms and yell, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop listening to that right now." Tell me, what am I missing? What am I not seeing in Lil Pump that fucking Warner did, aside from a cash cow? A person that sounds drunk every time he records his vocals, and people like him because he beats the dead horse that is 2010's hip-hop lingo. How does this fucking ignoramus compare to fucking Beethoven or Elvis Presley? How does he compare to the greatest musicians and composers of all fucking time? Tell me how the fuck he can hope to match up to some of the most popular musicians ever. But you'll never have a hope in hell in convincing me that he isn't among the worst ever. Especially given the fact that he couldn't crack the top 20 with this song, and Wikipedia didn't even bother to make a page for his newest album. It kind of just seems that through the fucking idiots that actually enjoyed his music, he really only saw success as a meme, and faded into obscurity after any real fans he garnered started to become annoyed with him after Eskeet It. I'm not even gonna go over the rest of the song, because it's really just more of the same old shit we see in virtually every other trap song. Only I think he's trying to make his grandmother a trope for some fucking reason. Gotta feel sorry for his grandmother. But moving on to number 2 is Bodak Yellow by Cardi B. This was released in June 2017, but it was number 10 the week of January 13th, 2018, so I think Bodak Yellow qualifies just as much as a song that was actually released in 2018. Not to mention how god-awful Bodak Yellow is. The fucking name is atrocious. A Bodak is an undead creature from the Dungeons & Dragons fantasy game, but the name Bodak Yellow is strictly inspired from the name of the rapper known as Kodak Black. Yeah, no, just replace the first letter of the first word and come up with a new color, and you've got yourself an entirely new and original product. Music is so unoriginal that we now have knockoffs, blatant knockoffs, dare I say rip-offs. I know every music genre has a problem with rip-offs, but notes in a song is way fucking different from your stage name or the title of your song. If these were store products, the Cardi B brand would have titled one of her products a little differently from the name of another similar brand. Only for some reason, Kodak Black decided to do a remix of the song instead of sue Cardi B. The song itself uses the same fucking cadences as Kodak Black's song No Flockin'. This is a fucking knockoff. Oh, don't fucking say something you might regret. I will fucking start preaching socialism till dawn's first fucking light. Wait a minute, Kodak Black? Bodak Yellow? Guys, I don't mean to stir the pot, or maybe I do, but I think the trap music industry might be supporters of anarcho-capitalism. I'm sorry, but goddamn. I can see someone making a Gakuen Shinshoku XX of the Dead AMV to this, which maybe watch the 2 episodes if you want a hentai perspective as to how humanity can be enslaved, but for some reason I can just see Bodak Yellow being an anthem of the tentacle menace. Good to see that you know better. Well, we've about reached the end of this list. We're all wondering what number 1 is, and it ain't bad, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 worst song of 2018 is Jackie Chan, Tiesto, Zeki, what the fuck? Preem, Post Malone. The amount of cashing in on Asian culture by the music industry in 2018 was unforgivably blatant. From Chun-Li to this and everything in between, you should have known that I would choose the song with Post Malone's name on it. I'm sure Chun-Li probably has 10 times as many lyrics that are either unrelated to Asian shit or fetishize Asian people, and maybe one of these days I'll dig into Chun-Li. But of course Post Malone would get in on this trend. About a year after he abused the term rockstar for a song, in 2018 he sings the following lyrics. Sushi from Japan, kick it Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is Chinese. Again, with this blatant ignorance of the difference between China and Japan. Massive fucking difference there. China is that big ass country stretching from the outskirts of the greater Middle East to the Pacific coast east to west, and from southern Siberia to Indochina north to south. The communist regime ruled by Xi Jinping, with 2 special administrative regions in Hong Kong and Macau. Japan is the archipelago of islands off the mainland Asian coast, a little smaller in size, with Sakhalin to its north, Korea to its west, the vast Pacific to its east and south, with China to the west of the Ryukyu Islands. The country is a constitutional monarchy, with Emperor Naruhito as its head of state. Big fucking difference, Post. But I guess now your bitch wanna kick it in Conan wouldn't sell as well because you wouldn't have Jackie Chan's name attached to this. I just ordered fried rice from Yunnan. Wouldn't be as catchy. That, and nobody in America even knows that Yunnan is a Chinese province. But put whatever lyrics you think will squeeze as much money as possible out of working class listeners. This song just shows how fucking stupid record labels think consumers are. Everybody likes sushi, and if there's one Asian actor everyone's ever heard of, it's Jackie Chan. So just throw those 2 things together and the fans will eat it right up. Calabasas, a city in California. I guess the Asian shit was really only meant for the hook. A hook to a song that's just the same fucking goddamn thing. It's all just more fucking tropey shitty trap and hip hop. This kind of sounds like Post kidnapped a young girl and now that girl is threatening to call her friends to come and rescue her. Should I be fucking worried? So 2018 was half of what 2017 was, with the flaming garbage for trap and hip hop music, and the other half were songs meant to cash in on stupid ass trends and stupid ass lingo, sprinkled with the shameless but lazily done appropriation of Asian cultures, as well as shrimp dick country music, people who write music to cope with their relationship problems when what they really need is advice, fake ass Bonnie and Clyde wannabes, and desperate attempts to stay relevant by trying way too fucking hard to appeal to what's popular, which is sexual lyrical content. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 10 worst songs of 2018. Dishonorable mentions go out to Chun-Li by Nicki Minaj, you knew that was going to be the first thing, don't lie. The Middle by Zed, Maren Morris and Grey, I Like Me Better by Lauv, and 80s Baby by New Kids on the Block featuring everyone and their mom and pop. Did you like this list? If so, please be sure to click thumbs up, share the video far and wide, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe and click the bell because I got a lot more lists coming up. If you disagreed with this list, tell me what your opinions were that the 10 worst songs of 2018 should have been. Maybe you heard some atrocities that I happily avoided. But anyways, thanks for watching and I'll be back soon for another video. See you later.